Ian.
Dave.
It just turned 9 o'clock.
It did just turn 9 o'clock. You're correct.
I'm Dave.
I am Ian.
This is my bedtime and also the Apex Adjacent podcast.
Correct.
Ian, what are we going to talk about on our car show this evening?
Well, we saw some cars.
Yes, we did see some cars.
Talk about the cars we saw.
Yep.
A new car got announced.
It did.
There's some car news, breaking hot news, which will not be breaking nor hot by the time this airs, but we're going to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, like Apex Adjacent brings you lukewarm news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we'll have another segment of Ian talks at Dave about Formula One.
Uh-huh.
And then if we have time, we will talk about the debilitating rabbit hole of research that I went down yesterday.
Yeah, I'm curious about that, so I hope we get to it.
Yeah.
All right, welcome to our show, everyone.
Welcome. Let's start off by some things that we've seen.
Yes. Ian.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, I want to start with this very rad M3 that I saw.
Yes.
The other day.
Absolutely.
I went, my lovely sister was in town, and we went and rented bikes and did a whole thing at a brewery and everything. And this was in the parking lot. And our good buddy PETA has an E36 M3 in the exact same purple.
Yes.
With the same wheels and the whole thing. But this has like the M Motorsport badge on the side there. If you zoom in there,
okay,
which is a subtle and very nice subtle touch. And I am in love with this body kit.
Yeah, look at that front splitter, PETA. You get this splitter.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is a CSL or something like that. If this is a legit special edition, or if this has just got a really awesome body kit on it. But it's got that splitter on it, which is just subtle and great, and then that really high wing in the back.
Yeah, let's get a picture of the wing. This is a cool spot, Ian.
Yeah.
I was at that
very
wing.
excited.
It's big.
It is.
Is this one of those wings that's on like the wing extenders?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then he's got a lip on the trunk too.
Oh wow. Oh yeah. Huh. Okay.
I am in favor of everything that's happening with this car, including it has some really cool like motorsport themed like seat belts. And I don't know, all of these things might be stock. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Maybe like I said, it might be like a CSL or something like that.
Look at that color.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a cool fabric pattern. Okay.
I really only know about the only special edition M3 that I know about for this era is the lightweight, which we saw at that track day.
Yeah, we
did.
did.
I was like super excited about that.
That's a crazy, and I think like, that's just an amazing one to see.
Yeah, it's super rare and super cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if this is also a different special edition, but
That's amazing.
I love it.
I love it when you get quieter the less you know about a topic. Right? Like I don't know if it's a special edition.
I don't know if it's a special edition. I just know I like it.
Yeah, absolutely. Right?
Yeah.
First of all, couple things. Fantastic color for an M3.
Yeah.
Great era for M3. Right? This and then like the mods, this is fantastic. Yeah. Whoever this is, they're doing it correct.
Yeah. It looks great.
Yeah.
It's so funny how well, I mean, BMWs always do this, where they go through like a dip, and then all of a sudden you see them again, and you're just like, oh my God, it looks so good now. And I remember specifically when like I was in high school, I was probably like a senior, and I saw there was someone in our town that had like the dark blue. M3, and I just thought it was the best looking car in the world.
Right.
Like I was so in love with it.
Yeah.
I've always loved this car.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Well done. Person I don't know.
PETA, I want to know your thoughts on the splitter. And if PETA gets the front splitter, it's a splitter. SPLITTAH.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. That's science is all that is.
Yep. That's exactly Mainer science. Linguistics.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. And also, Jesus Christ, your Google Pixel 3 takes brilliant photos.
Right? Yeah, because I was holding a baby and I literally like just had to like one hand like bloop.
Yep.
Yeah. All of these pictures that I take, I'm usually holding a baby.
Okay, just assume.
Yeah. Not mine. Just a baby. I gotta take a picture of this car who's got a baby. Somebody give me a baby.
This is the show I need tonight, Ian.
Wait, whose baby is this?
One goes down, the other goes up. One goes up, the other
What is that? What is that? What does that mean?
It's a show I need tonight, buddy.
Oh, okay.
I love it. I love it. just rounding up babies and yeah. Do you think your photos get better the more babies you have attached to your being?
I don't know. We should try it out. I'm guessing not. Really, holding a baby isn't conducive to doing anything other than holding a baby. Really
right.
hard, but you always have to because you're holding the baby because you have to do something else.
Right. Yeah.
That's how it goes.
What if we find out like the threshold is like 4 babies and all of a sudden you're Ansel Adams? You just like you post one thing to Instagram and like the art world is like, it's brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He only takes pictures with babies. Yeah. But they're never in the pictures.
Right. Yeah, just a weird idiosyncratic.
People speak of it in hushed tones.
Yeah. Nice. Respect his process.
Right.
Respect the process.
Is this poop on this one? Yeah.
Respect the process. Okay. All right. What else did you see? Did you see anything else?
I am currently working a little bit at a trade show, which is always a fun, exciting time.
You're a booth dude?
A booth dude.
Uh-huh.
And this trade show has quite a lot more budget than the other ones that I've been to.
Probably more than any I've been to.
One of them brought a legit Formula One car from, I believe, last year. I think that's last year.
Just to show you cloud migration stuff?
Yeah, Sergio Perez's Formula One car. I was pretty excited to see that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
A room full of American IT nerds, and I was like, oh! And everyone else is just like walking by like, let's go check out the new video cards.
But if it was a Subaru WRX STI,
right,
they would be into it.
Yeah. Then it would be the parking lot.
Yeah, exactly. So tell me some things that crossed your mind when you were in the same physical space as this car. Give me some impressions, because anytime you get this close to a car, it's almost a little bit jarring from seeing it on TV and in media so much.
It is actually a little bit bigger than I expected it to be.
Okay, all right. Okay.
And the cockpit is remarkably tiny. I mean, it is tight in there.
Yeah, because their feet are like around this area here, right behind like the front suspension, right?
Right.
Yeah. Is there still like those cutaway of how F1 drivers sit?
Maybe. I don't know.
Yeah. Have you seen that? Like, let's see. Here we go. Yeah. Here's a great picture that shows you like where their feet actually go.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so the cockpit's tiny.
It does. I mean, it looks really tiny. And apparently, they're supposed to be very comfortable, like because the seat is fitted
right
to them.
Right.
And it's supposed to actually be pretty comfortable once you get used to it. But
I would need a couple different like seat molds. I would need like I've housed a Chipotle burrito.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Or Dave's just been on a bike ride seat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, they are a little bit bigger than you kind of expect them to be, because like I think like being next to like an Indy car, like that's pretty tiny.
Yeah.
But this thing's actually pretty big, and just how like fiddly like the front wing is.
Yeah,
and, like, all these
tiny little aero elements, right? Yeah, look at that, and then like this sequence of things here.
Right.
What is happening there?
Yeah.
Like all these weird little scallops and these tiny little shark fins. What do those do?
Yeah. But also, like, when you're not expecting to see a Formula One car, it's just, oh my God, there's a Formula One car here.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Also, like the fact that like you say like a front wing, but it's more like just an entire front assembly. Because like kind of there's the wing, but it's everything else, right?
I think this is last year's car, maybe the year before.
Okay.
But they've gotten a little simpler.
That's insane.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like these weird oh man. Yeah. God.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Super cool.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Awesome. Do you know how big the tires are? Like how big are F1 tires?
So the rims are here 13 inches. They're going to 18-inch rims next year.
Okay.
And they look kind of weird.
Okay.
Like the 18-inch rims do.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty big.
Okay.
They're 405 section in the back.
Wow. Okay. That's very big.
Crazy.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, and they look huge. There's the 18-inch.
Oh, yeah.
That's going to be in 2021.
Wow, look at that. Yeah, it does look a little weird. Huh. Okay.
But apparently people have tested them and said that they are going to be great. We're going to talk more about F1 later, don't worry.
Oh, boy.
And we're going to talk about it.
We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it. Okay.
We're both going to enjoy it.
We're both going to enjoy it. Okay. We're both going to enjoy it. I have some my eyes.
I want to see them.
Okay, so I saw a couple things, and then we have some listener my eyes as well. So I didn't get a picture of it, but I was Trader Joe's over on Colorado Boulevard. Parking lot nightmare.
Yes.
Right? Okay. So my move is to park like in the neighborhood and just walk because I'm bipedal. I don't care, right? And so I'm walking through other parking lots to get to Trader Joe's, and there is a Saab 9.5 wagon in like the parking lot adjacent to Trader Joe's, like the bank parking lot or something. And it looked like somebody had just rear-ended it with a fucking semi-truck.
Oh my God.
It like the rear end was bad. And like, I was like, oh man, I should get a picture of that. Like, I was so like, you know, just like, that is insane. Like, it looked like the main cabin was intact. Like, so it's like, it looks like whoever like got hit survived. But like, I mean, whenever you see a car that wrecked, it's pretty crazy, right? And when I came out of Trader Joe's, it was gone.
So someone was driving around?
Someone was driving this wrecked Saab.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah. I was like, well, I'll get a picture of it when I come out. It's not like it's going to be moving. I thought like a tow truck had dropped it there, you know, or like, you know, the police had the tow truck move it out of an intersection,
right?
You know, right, and left it there for everybody to clean up and then come get it later or whatever. No, somebody was daily in this just wrecked Saab.
Yikes!
Right? Hey, like a 2003, 2006 Saab 9.5 apparently can take a freaking beating.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
Speaking of crashes, a coworker at work was unfortunately in an automobile accident. There is the aftermath of it.
Yeesh.
So they had somebody spin on ice in front of them, and they T-boned them, and then the car bounced and hit their driver's side. They only had scrapes and bruises.
That's awesome.
From this severe front impact.
Subaru?
You are correct. It's a Subaru Outback. Nice. So, yeah. Can you imagine if this was like in a 1980s minivan?
Oh, yeah. There'd be like nothing left.
Yeah. So it was the person, their wife, and then their two children, one under 3, one under 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah. And those rear-facing car seats, they're super safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Crazy.
That's insane.
So
I'm glad they're okay. Were the other people okay in the T-bone?
I forgot to ask.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Shame.
Insensitive Dave. Yeah. Yeah.
I bet you did.
Right. But okay. So tell me this. How much of you is like kind of proud that you can ID the brand of car?
Oh, 100%. Oh, yeah. That's what I care about here.
Okay. Let's see.
I mean, I'm glad that they're okay, but I'm more glad that they gave me an opportunity to be right in public.
Yeah, there you go. Look out. I've had a chance to be right on the internet. Okay, so then I saw what may be the only, I saw a great indication that you have a probably just honest enough tax attorney.
Okay.
Or tax CPA.
Okay.
Okay.
All
right. So it is a car with a vanity plate that says Taxman 1. Okay. But it's on an Infiniti G37S. Okay. So like the 4-door Infiniti G37S. If you saw this on a Bentley, you know your ass is getting audited.
Right.
Right?
It's just nice enough.
Right.
And also, they were only able to get Taxman 1.
Right. Not Taxman.
But it's not so crappy a car that you're going to get audited the other direction.
See, there you go. There you go, right? I think that strikes a really good fine line. Like the Infiniti G37S is the perfect, honest enough CPA.
Right. He's just unscrupulous enough to get the Taxman 1 license plate.
Right.
To think that's fun.
He knows the stuff that you can deduct that you have a solid chance of getting away with.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's a solid analysis, Dave. That's you've nailed that.
Right? I would hire that person based off of that, but it has to be attached to that car.
It's so funny how I think the G37 and the G35.
Yeah.
The small Infiniti has maybe the biggest spread of any
owners.
single like model of owners.
You are correct.
Don't you think?
Yeah, because it goes completely from stance bro, just vape smoke, Pornhub stickers on the car, right?
Yes.
To octogenarians driving to Golden Corral.
Right.
For buffet at 4 p.m.
And also lots of people in between.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think I can't think of another car that has such extremes and also people in the middle.
Right.
Because I think like there was some of that with like the Lexus SCs and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
People would turn them into drift cars or whatever.
Yep.
And then old people would drive them.
Right.
But there wasn't really a whole lot in the middle.
No, you're right.
You know?
So yeah, it's truly like instead of a bell curve, it's just a plateau.
Right.
Where like a Toyota Camry, you've got like, the majority of Camry owners.
Yes,
right.
That's a bell curve.
Right. Exactly. And then there's like these weird fringes of Camry owners that have like, that like turn it, like lift it or stance bro it. Right. Right. Because there's like somebody's donked a Murano. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay. Or cross cab.
Yeah.
Right. But like the G37 like that, there's just as many stance bros as there are Taxman 1s.
Yep.
Yeah, as there are, octogenarians going to Golden Corral.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's so funny too because you know exactly who the person is when you see that car, but it's the same car. Like we knew exactly who
Taxman 1 was.
Taxman 1 is, but we also knew exactly who that realtor was.
Oh yeah, we knew that realtor.
It's an amazing phenomenon.
Right? The G37, G35, 4-door, usually 4-door, but just generally.
Yeah. I can't think of another model of car that has such a wide appeal, but in so specific ways.
Right,
It's a really
such a weirdly skewed but yet even demographic. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's like if you fired a shotgun at a target and it just turned into like a waffle pattern. It was so even,
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the most democratic car for sale.
Yeah. Yeah. I think so. That's a good point. If anybody else can think of another car that comes close or beats that, but I mean, like, yeah, I don't know.
And I think the argument could be, you could make an argument maybe for like the BMW 3 Series, but I think that's more across, like when it's older, a different crowd gets it. But this is what I'm talking about. Like you see new ones.
Right.
And they're all.
Yeah.
It has such a. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
It's very weird.
It seems like there's quotas that they have to send out the dealer lot. Right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They have affirmative action for stance bros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right? I was thinking Honda Accord like 2-door coupes, but it's not as even. There's like,
no.
Yeah. Like there are these, demographics in some of these cars, like ownership bases, but not to the degree of the Infiniti. You're really right. You're spot on, Ian.
Thank you.
PETA and I were in my M45, I think the night I let him drive it.
Okay.
And we were driving and there was a stance broed like G37 2-door like next to us at a stoplight. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think you have like the two ends of infinity ownership, like right here,
Basically.
between me and this individual. Yeah, because I do like dinner at 4:45 p.m.
Followed by a Jello course. You got to wrap that up quick, otherwise it gets into the bingo time.
It does, yeah. And you better not mess with my Matlock, Ian. So yeah, so I saw Taxman. I really like that's it. The ownership bell curve is plateaued.
Yeah.
All right, then lastly, Ian, I want to know your thoughts about this because it was only a matter of time before one of us saw this.
Okay.
It is a Jeep Renegade.
Okay.
With an angry eye grill.
No. Oh, no. Oh, man. I'm not even angry about it. I'm just disappointed in this person. Oh.
This makes me think of like the Chihuahua that thinks it's big shit, that's just like trying to bark at like a Doberman.
It's so sad.
Right?
Oh, man.
Boy, you're bummed out about this one.
I am bummed out because I like the Renegade. I think we've talked about this before. I like the Renegade. I like that it exists. I don't want to own one, but I like that it exists and I'm happy about it.
Right.
And I'm happy that it's happy.
Right.
Why?
Right. You're right. Because of the 4 letters on it, Ian.
But again, and we're going to circle back to this with our next topic. Who is this for?
Right.
Who is going to be like, you know what? I like that Renegade. Looks mean now. Like nobody's saying that. Nobody's mind has changed about the Renegade. If they're a Jeep fan, they already have strong opinions about the Renegade.
Right.
And your dumb angry eyes aren't going to change that. And you can't think it looks better.
It doesn't. See, where this elicits disappointment and brow furrowing from you, I'd look at it and I'm just like, oh, you think you're a big dog.
It's like real pathetic.
It is. It is
super pathetic.
It is. Like, oh, look at you trying. Look at you trying.
Like, why not just lean into it? Lean into the cuteness.
Right.
That's what it's
Just
about.
like a Hello Kitty themed Renegade. Yeah. I want to see one. Oh, you know what? The Hello Kitty character, Bad Bats Maru, perfect Renegade theme.
I don't know what Bad Bats.
That was the weird little penguin. I know way more about Sanrio anime characters than you'll ever know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't even know what you just said. But
Batz Maru. I think that's it. Yeah, that one in the Hello Kitty universe, the weird little penguin guy.
This is my first time ever seeing this.
That would be a great theme for the Renegade.
It would be, although he kind of has Jeep angry eyes.
Well,
maybe that's what he's going for.
Yeah, there you go.
And in which case,
I mean, he's not really happy.
Stand mistake.
Yeah, but Hello Kitty themed, Renegade. I'm pro.
I would be pro that.
Yeah, right.
That'd be great.
Yeah.
It's cute. Things can be cute sometimes.
Yeah, let cute things be cute. Yeah. Let's get some hats made up. Keep the Jeep Renegade. Make the Jeep Renegade cute again. I also love it when you angry scroll through our talk about document.
I angry click sometimes. And I'm doing it right now. I'm angry clicking.
Do you ever get to angry box drawing? With
God, yeah. I do that all the time. You know when that's gotten me into trouble? So this is going to go deep, IT nerd.
Okay, all right.
So
as opposed to any other part of the show.
Yeah. So the popular SSH client Putty is auto. If you highlight text, it copies it, and if you right click, it pastes.
Yeah, it does.
That is dangerous when you are an angry
mouse
and or bored clicker on conference calls, and you're in let's say a router for a large organization, and then you accidentally paste some configs in from a different router. Yikes. It can go bad.
And then you're in VI the whole time, so you can't just like hit Command Z to undo.
I'm never in VI. Never in VI. Anyway. Okay. Now that everybody's stopped listening.
All right. Okay. So I saw the angry eye Jeep Renegade. We knew it was a matter of time, though. We knew it was a matter of time. Yeah. I'm sorry, buddy. Yeah. So your cherry's been popped. Okay. Let's see here. We have a voicemail from Henry. Then we have a My Eyes from our buddy Eric in Illinois.
Okay.
Let's listen to the voicemail from Henry.
Okay.
Hi, this is Henry. So, I just saw something very, interesting and unusual on the road. So, it was a medium-duty truck, like, it was one of those GMC trucks that's like a rebadged Korean model. I don't know exactly what they are, but it was being towed, by a heavier duty truck. I mean, obviously. But this was no ordinary medium duty truck. This was a sign truck. So it had this big billboard sign on the back of the truck, or like where the bed or the box would have been, there was this big billboard sign. And there was something about this image which was just deeply hilarious to me, and I thought you guys should know that. Bye.
So Henry saw a sign truck getting towed.
Yeah.
I like that.
That's pretty funny. The only thing that could have made that better is if it was for like a Volkswagen dealership or something.
Right. We've seen those sign trucks running around though. And it's like,
yeah.
How is this an effective form of advertising?
Yeah, you would think the gas and the maintenance and everything else would far outstrip any potential benefit you would get from it. And it's always from like businesses that seem like they're probably a little unscrupulous.
Right, to begin with.
Like strip
clubs,
clubs or dispensaries or all those sorts of things. You're like, well, who was
or a tax place?
Yeah. Yeah. And who's like sitting in traffic? It's like when I remember my mom would always make this joke that when people would call the house and be like, "Do you need windows?" And she'd be like, "I've been sitting here with a fucking hole in the wall. And I'm so glad you called because otherwise I'd just be cold all the time." No, I don't need windows. I'll call you. Like,
oh, finally, someone. We're not going to have any more pigeons in the house. Did you hear that, Ian? You don't have to cover your food.
Right? Like, it's the same sort of thing. Like, who's sitting in traffic going, man, if only I knew where to have terrible food, worse music, and naked ladies.
Oh, there's a truck in front of me telling me. Yeah. Yeah. Ian, you and I can buy our own billboard truck.
We should definitely do that.
For $22,000. Yeah. Yeah. Diesel 10 by 20 backlit box.
See, what you need to do here is you need to double down on this.
Yes.
You double down on this. So you rent out the back for whatever unscrupulous business you're advertising that week. And you run like Uber.
There
so
you go.
You pick people up in the billboard truck so you make money while you're making money.
Oh, man, that's good. And then also deliver DoorDash while you're at it.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
See?
Okay.
See?
I do want to call attention to this one photo. I don't like that they keep auto-scrolling because there's ladies in lingerie, and that's not what our show's about. But this photo here, this one here, has like a weird Lamborghini photoshopped into it. Let me go to the goddamn photo. Where is it? Did you see it there? Look. What is that?
Oh, no.
What is that? It looks poorly photoshopped. Go back. See
I think it might be a panorama.
Yeah, that
someone tried to do a panorama and it didn't really work.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's really strange.
But also, who's parking an Aventador next to these box trucks?
I think you're seeing it's door handles.
Yeah.
So it's not an Aventador.
Oh, okay.
You're seeing the C-pillar twice.
Twice, that makes it look like a rear air intake. Okay, yeah. You're right. It's just a Camaro. Okay.
Or like an Accord or something.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, we've shown enough of this billboard company's own your billboard.
I don't know why we're still looking. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Henry.
I think it's hilarious seeing one of those on a tow truck.
That is funny.
Yeah. Also, I I pulled up pictures of tow trucks being towed, and that's just a funny thing to look at.
I've seen that before.
Whenever you're feeling down, just think of a tow truck getting towed. Everybody needs a little help sometimes.
It's
you
true.
know?
It's
Right?
true.
Yeah.
It's a very sweet way to think about it.
Yeah. So there you go. Thank you, Henry. And then we have a voicemail or my ass from our buddy Eric in Illinois. He saw a SEMA Toyota Supra
Like driving out in the wild.
on the salty, crusty roads outside of Chicago. And he said it backfired louder than anything he had ever heard in his entire life, including Formula One cars and like race cars and stuff.
That's amazing.
Yeah, right?
Good spot. And I'm impressed that he was able to put it together that it was a SEMA car.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's impressive.
I would see that and just start Googling Rohana and like it'd be like, did you mean Rihanna? And then I'd probably just go down to YouTube. Rihanna.
Then you start listening to Rihanna.
Yeah, exactly.
That's hilarious.
As we all should. But yeah. Yeah. So thank you for sending that, Eric. That's a crazy Supra. That looks good.
Yeah.
I'm not a huge fan of the new Supra look, but in modified form, okay.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it looks when they eventually bring out like the TRD model, like the actual fast one where they like take out all the vents that are plugged now and all that sort of stuff.
Right.
It'll be interesting.
I have seen one on the road so far. And
Yeah.
it looked okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Looks like a Z4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Speaking of cars with the wrong name,
Okay.
just like this one,
Just like a Supra.
there is new car news.
There is.
And it also has the wrong name because it's called the Mustang, Dave, but it's not a Mustang.
Uh-huh.
So Ford yesterday, when we're recording this, launched the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Mach-E.
Yep.
And it is an SUV that is electric. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't have any problem with the electric part.
It's an SUV.
Or the SUV part.
Yeah.
I don't understand why they've called it a Mustang.
Right.
It does not make any sense to me.
Right.
And here's why. It is basically, to me, it is like manufacturer sanctioned car stanza.
Yes. Yeah. I agree with that.
Because who is it for? Like, the person who cares about the Mustang name
Right.
does not want an SUV.
Right.
Or would like, or is going to like it in spite of the name, right?
Right. Right.
And anyone who's interested in it only for the SUV, electric SUV-ness of it,
Right.
probably doesn't care about the Mustang name.
Right.
So why?
Because it's Mustang. And when you think Mustang, you think Ford. So
But there are so many other
I
things.
know.
They have all like 120-year history that they can choose other names for.
So the only thing that popped into my head, and I didn't read about this very much other than knowing it was an SUV, it's electric, and it's called the Mustang Mach-E, which I always want to spell M-A-K-I, like the delicious sushi.
Oh, okay. Mach-E.
Yeah. So the only thing that I could think of, and tell me if you heard this in any of the hot takes on the internet.
Okay.
Right. The only thing I could think of was that the Mustang, when it first came out, was such a game changer for Ford that it signified a distinct turning point in Ford's history.
Yeah.
Right. And so now they are repurposing the Mustang name to signify another huge tidal paradigm shift in Ford culture and car culture by repurposing the same name. Like they're saying that this moment and this car is as significant to all of cars as the original Mustang was to all of cars back then.
I guess. Call it fucking Model T.
Right. I'm just saying that's I'm not saying that that's a good reason.
Yeah.
That's just the only reason that I could think of, like, just from my savant pattern recognition firing off. Ian.
Yeah. That's a good point. That's
That's the only thing. I'm not saying I don't think that you should use that reasoning because if you have to explain it to that degree, then you're team clear coding your name, right?
Yeah.
Well, see, we both used to have these cars that, blah, blah, right?
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too is that I think that argument would hold more water if this wasn't the seventh car in the market that's kind of like this.
True.
You know, like
if it was like the first consumer electric car.
Right. It's after the Model X. It's after the e-tron, Audi e-tron. It's after the I-Pace.
I saw an e-tron today, actually.
Right. And like, so there's all these other ones that are out there and kind of doing the similar thing. So it's not like it's a revolution.
Right. It may be a revolution for Ford.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like just because it's big news, like,
right.
You know,
and what's so frustrating about it is that like in isolation, I really like it. And it's a pretty compelling, cool car. Like the pricing is really interesting. They're talking about 300-mile range for under 50 grand.
That's great.
Yeah. And it's an actual like compelling, interesting car. And I don't mind the way it looks. I don't like the rear end, but the Mustang thing is just baffling to me.
Oh yeah, it looks a little Audi Q8 with that.
It's a little like scrunched but big still.
Yeah. The only,
you know what it looks like? The rear end of it. Sorry to interrupt, but you know when you see dudes with like enormous heads, and they kind of and they're bald, so they kind of look like just a huge head, and then like their face is like real tiny. That's what the rear end looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
The only other thing that I can think of is that they like it makes me think of Hyundai Genesis, where it started as a model of the brand, but now that it's being identified as its own brand, like sub-brand.
Right.
If they're going to take Mustang to a sub-brand of Ford.
Right. But what does it mean then?
Right. Because it's not like Toyota to Lexus where you have luxury. Right. Or, you know.
And it's not like a sports car.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. I don't know. That's the only other thing that crossed my mind, because all of this stuff says the Mustang Mach-E. It doesn't say the Ford Mach-E. Right.
Yeah.
Or the Ford Mustang Mach-E. Right.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have brought back the Mercury.
Yeah.
Nameplate or something like that.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know.
I like the front end of it a lot. I would debadge it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It looks good and it's interesting. I just don't understand. I think it's named the wrong thing.
It is.
And I don't understand the motivation behind like I get that. No, I take that back. I understand the motivation. I understand what they're trying to achieve with tying these like weighty names to it. So like it's kind of like the Eclipse Cross. They did that with the Eclipse Cross, and to a certain extent the Supra.
Right.
But it just seems like the risk is so far outweighs the reward, and like there's already a template for how to do this, and it's the Porsche Cayenne, right?
Right.
They didn't name it the 911, plus or whatever the fuck.
But they did call the turbo they did call the one a turbo that the electric one that doesn't have a turbo.
The hybrid?
Yeah. No, the Taycan.
Oh, right. Yeah. That's true. We're not talking about that. But
we're in a world where words don't mean anything anymore.
That's true. But the Cayenne was a good template for that because that was like 15 years ago.
You're right.
And they could have done this. They could have named it the 911 Plus or the 911 Big or whatever. The 911 Grosser because it's German. But they didn't do that, and it was more successful because of it, right?
Right.
And I don't know who it's for. Anyway, that's my rant about that. It does, however, bring me to an FMK Cars, Dave.
FMK Cars is a game that Ian and Dave play on the Apex Adjacent podcast. It's based on the classic game Fuck, Marry, Kill, but instead of playing it with people, we play it with cars. In this game, Ian's going to give me 3 cars, and I'm going to decide FMK. F means I drive it for a day, hit it and quit it. M means I marry it, daily driver. K means I crush it. I send it to the crusher. I kill it. Bye-bye.
Goodbye. Okay.
All right, Ian, what do you have for me?
This one is called The Name. It has been besmirched. Okay.
I picture, did you ever watch Harvey Birdman? Attorney at Law, like Stephen Colbert doing Reducto. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Some of the best voice acting ever.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Thy name, it has been besmirched. Okay.
Okay. All right.
So in this one, you're going to get a rebadged car that's been rebadged by the manufacturer. You're going to be the first one to have it. So you're going to be the first one out on the street with it.
Okay.
And you're going to change your name.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And maybe you might fall short of expectations because of it. All right.
Oh boy.
And you'll see where it's going.
Oh, what is happening?
All right. So the first one is a Mazda CX-5.
Okay.
It's the new generation of the Mazda CX-5.
Okay.
But Mazda has renamed it the RX-7.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. I see where you're going here. Okay. Okay. All right.
You, Dave. You will be changing your name legally to Mario Andretti.
Oh no. Oh God. Okay.
So it's a Mazda CX-5.
All right.
It's been
CX-5.
rebadged by Mazda as the RX-7.
RX-7. Okay.
And you have changed your name to Mario Andretti.
Okay. Oof. All right. Okay. God, what else do you have for me?
The next one will be a Honda Passport.
Oh, geez. Okay.
Okay.
All right. I like this FMK cars. This is a great idea.
Thank you. The name. Sorry. All right. The Honda Passport has been renamed by Honda. The NSX.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. Okay.
Right. See where this is going?
Yep.
You will change your name. To Abraham Lincoln.
Welcome to the Apex Adjacent Podcast.
I'm Ian.
I'm Abraham.
Okay, the last one is a Volvo XC60.
Okay, what are we renaming this one? XC60, huh?
Yeah. You will be, it will be renamed the P1800.
Okay, all right.
Beloved, beautiful Volvo sports car of yore.
Okay.
And you will change your name. Then I had to think of something that would top Abraham Lincoln.
Okay, all right.
You will change your name to Tupac Shakur.
I was going to say, you're going to call me like Martin Luther King Jr. or something. Okay, all right.
MCSPF 50.
This is the second time Tupac's come up in conversation. Actually, third time today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. One was about hologram technology at work today. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay, Tupac Shakur. For a day, I have to have the XC60 that's called the P1800 and I'm called Tupac.
Okay.
Because if for some reason I can sit next to traffic in a car next to someone else also in their car while they're playing a beat that they made in their studio and they look over at me and they say, "Do you rap?" I'm missing something. I'm missing something about the way I am perceived by a certain demographic out there in the culture. I'm missing it. I don't get it. They're not seeing something or I'm not seeing something. Something is askew. Call me Tupac for a day.
Yeah. I would just, if I were you, what I would do is just go to the DMV. Name, please.
Yeah.
Tupac Shakur.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The best.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what are you going to marry?
Every restaurant I go to. Tupac, your table's ready. Tupac Shakur, your table's ready.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're just going to order, you're just going to do like a circle like at Starbucks and just get back in line.
Yes. Yeah. Tupac. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So
for a day, you're going to do the XC60 called the P1800 and you're going to be called Tupac Shakur.
And then I think I have to marry the Honda Passport that is called the NSX. And I am now Abraham Lincoln.
Okay.
Because I could not deal with being named Mario Andretti and going to the kart track because then you have the biggest target on your back.
Oh, absolutely.
The biggest target on your back.
Yeah.
Yeah. I could not do that. What's happening?
I'm sorry. I forgot to turn off my ringer.
Okay.
on my phone, and I'm going to go ahead and do that right now.
What would you do in this scenario?
I don't know. I think I would marry the Mazda. I think I would crush the Honda Passport because I think Abraham Lincoln, those expectations are way too high. And then for a day, I would also do the Volvo.
Okay.
And be called Tupac.
Okay. I like that that's where we both land for a day. Mm-hmm. Nice. Nice, buddy.
Good work.
Mr. Shakur? Mr. Shakur? Here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry. We said Tupac Shakur. Yes, that is me. Yeah, the first day of school would be amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just have to have your birth certificate like stapled to your forehead.
Yes.
It'd be amazing.
With another notarized document that just says, yes, really.
It'd be the best.
Okay.
All right. It says on the thing over there that you have an FMK car.
I do. So last week, I attended an all-day event about like some AI and IoT stuff specific to the healthcare industry.
Okay.
And a lot of times when I'm sure you feel the same way. A lot of times when you attend these kind of like more heady events, even if there's some fluff, even if there's some good stuff, sometimes just being in that environment kind of gets your mind cooking in the right direction for some other stuff that you may be working on at work or some other stuff that you could do. Or it's like, oh, I've heard about this kind of stuff today, but I might want to learn more about like something adjacent to it or something, right? So I was at this event, and it was fine, but it got me thinking. Because a word that kept coming up over and over and over and over again during the day was algorithms, of course, right? And we live in such an algorithm-centric world.
Yeah.
So this FMK Cars is just called Algorithms, Man. So in this FMK Cars, okay. I need you to do a little bit of thinking and some introspection. It's going to be more of a theoretical FMK Cars than it is like an actual FMK Cars.
Okay. All right. Do I need notes?
I don't think so. Let me pull up my OneNote thing here. Okay. So you're going to have an algorithm pick your car. Okay. And we're not even going to look at anything up here.
Oh,
right?
okay. All right.
Okay. We're not, so you're going to have an algorithm pick your car. But what you do get to pick is the data that's fed into the algorithm that picks your car.
Okay. I see where you're going.
Okay. So you have your choice of three things. Okay. Right? The last 100 cars you talked about.
Oh, wow.
So an algorithm will take the last 100 cars that you talked about and spit out a car. That is your car.
Facebook, listening on my phone.
Yep, that you talked about. Let's just say talked about in Meat Space on the podcast, whatever.
Right.
Okay? All right, last 100 cars.
Interesting.
The last 10 cars you took a picture of.
Oh.
Okay, so that's another one.
Okay.
Okay. The last 2 cars that you Googled. A much more narrow.
Okay. I think my answer would be that I would marry the last 10 cars that I took a picture of.
Okay.
I'm going to crush the last 2 cars that I Googled, and for a day, I'll drive the last 100 cars
that you talked about.
That I talked about.
Okay.
Here's my reasoning.
Yeah. No, that's the whole purpose of this FMK Cars.
So the cars that I Google are not always from a place of happiness or joy.
No, we've talked about rage Googling quite a bit on this show.
Right? Or just confusion.
Yep.
Or just like, oh, I forgot they made that.
Yep.
Or things like, and sometimes I do Google super cool cars.
Sure, because you want to know more about it.
Ooh, but it's dicier.
Right.
That's a riskier, and it's also a smaller sample size, and so who knows?
Right, but you're more prone to talk about those cars that you like, right?
I think I'm more prone to take pictures because I don't take as many pictures of like what the fuck sort of things as I do things that I like.
Right.
That I'm excited about.
Yes, you've like all the Volvo Bertones that you've taken pictures of.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
right.
So that's why I think I'm going to do the camera roll one because I don't take as many pictures as other, I think, car people do.
Right.
But when I do, it's because I'm excited about them.
Right. So like just looking at some of the recent ones, you took a picture of
the M3 that I brought today.
Yeah, the M3 you brought today. This Nissan.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, you did have one shame one where you took a picture of a car, somebody with a car cake.
Right, but that was for you.
Right, that was for me. A Saab 9.5, right?
Yep.
The good omen. Yeah, let's see what else.
Well, the Formula One car.
Yeah, the
today,
Formula One car. Yeah,
M3. So yeah, I'm happy with that. And then the one that I talk about, the last 100 cars that I talk about, man, I can't even imagine what that would end up with.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine.
Right? All the stuff that we talk about on the show.
Yeah.
It'd just be such a wild card.
It would be.
Right?
It would be.
Yeah. Or it would just be averaging everything and you'd get a Corolla.
It'd be like listening. Did you ever listen to the scientifically perfect song?
Yeah.
And it just sounds like a mess.
Yeah.
Because it's supposed to be everything that everyone enjoys.
Right.
And
right.
it's awful.
Right. Right.
That's what it would be like.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it'd be a Jeep Renegade with angry eyes or something.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What would you do? Because your camera roll is a little more dicey.
It is. I take a lot more pictures of what the fuck stuff.
You're right.
So I think I typically Google enthusiastically.
Okay.
So I think I would probably marry the last two cars I Googled.
Wow.
Mainly because things that drive me to Google, besides Car Stanza and like fact checking, that kind of stuff, the things that drive me to Google are like talking to somebody and being like, oh, have you heard of the blah, blah, blah? And they're like, no, I've never heard of that. And then like pulling it up and it's, it's like, oh, that's a cool, that's cool. Like that kind of stuff. Right. So I think I may marry that.
Okay.
And then I think I will, for a day, do what you did with the last 100 cars I've talked about.
Yeah.
Right. And then I think I would have to kill the last cars I took a picture of.
Yeah. Yeah. I think for you, that's a smarter move.
I think it is. There's some stuff that it does come from a place of joy, but there are some things that definitely do not.
Yeah.
Jeep Angry Eyes. Yeah. like I would wind up in like,
well, you would end up in some sort of horrendous Car Stanza because that's like half your camera roll.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Or I would have a bad joke on the back of my car, like the Protons Have Mass one.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I didn't know they were Catholic. Yeah.
I like that one. That was great.
Okay. Thank you. I wanted to give you something a little bit more heady like that, you know? Yeah. Algorithms, man. It's all about what you feed them. Right?
I like that.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
I think we probably have time to talk about Formula Effington 1.
Okay, but I want to know about your research rabbit hole.
Oh, it'll still be there. It'll still be there next
Really?
week. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
We can talk about it next time.
Okay.
I want to talk at you about the Grand Prix of Brazil.
Okay. All right.
Because it's always a good race.
Okay. Yeah.
Always. Because it's a very short track.
Right. And
lots of elevation. Lots of places to pass.
And no fan base is as rabid as the Brazilians, right?
Right. Yeah. And this year's was really good because there was like people out of position, so the grid was all messed up.
Verstappen got the pole.
Verstappen did get the pole, which was interesting.
Ian, see, I know things.
You do. And then there was lots of drama during the race, like the Ferrari cars crashing into each other and taking each other out, causing a safety car.
Okay.
And then Hamilton made a huge mistake right at the end and punted Alex Albon off, who was he was on pace. He was going to be on the podium.
Okay.
And spun him off. And then Hamilton got a penalty because of it. And so he was off the podium. And so Gasly and Sainz were on the podium. Sainz started 20th. Okay. He started dead last and finished third.
Yeah, he's on my fantasy team.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, 66 points for that dude.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah.
It was great. It was a fun race. And it's always like punchy, because there's always something happening somewhere on the lap.
Okay.
Anyway,
Nice.
it's one of my favorite races of the year.
What do you give me your favorite ones to actually watch? Like, give me the top 3 in order. Number 1.
Oh, I think it might be Brazil. Might be number 1.
Okay.
Or number 2. Probably trading off with Belgium with oh God, with Eau Rouge is the name of the corner. What's the name of the track? Oh God.
I'm just gonna let you sit in.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Why am I blanking on it?
Is Monaco on the list at all?
It's one that like I have to watch, but it's like watching the State of the Union.
Okay.
Like you feel like it's a tradition.
Right.
It's
you should watch it.
You should watch it.
You should more than you get to watch it.
Right, and it's important, and I would love to go see it. I would love to be there for it one time.
Right. Just to be caught up in all the spectacle and the environment and all that. But as far as like actually translating to a race.
Right. It's not a very exciting race.
Right.
Qualifying's very exciting.
Sure.
And I love watching qualifying for Monaco.
Right.
Because it's so tight and so narrow.
Yeah,
so
the onboard camera footage is just claustrophobic and insane.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Spa is the name of the racetrack I was thinking.
Good job, Ian.
Spa.
Good job.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
That one's always exciting just because that track is amazing. And what's the other one that always produces good races? Austin usually produces good races.
Okay.
But there's a bunch. I mean, there are a few tracks that are just like always just bleh. Especially they added Paul Ricard in France the last couple of years, and it's terrible.
Okay.
Terrible. It's like not good racing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just very boring. But yeah.
Okay.
This was actually a pretty good season, even though Hamilton won. Even though he won the championship, again, it was a pretty exciting season. There were some pretty good races.
How many races are left in the season?
2? 1?
So I have a solid chance of taking first place in our league.
No, you don't. No, you don't. Because I think right now you're what?
Where I'm like 8th or something.
8th.
Yeah.
I might get 2nd.
Okay.
Because this last race I did really well, and I pulled within 5 points of our buddy Matt.
Nice.
Ike is like way ahead.
He's dominating, huh?
He has done well this season.
Yeah.
But I pulled ahead of Jesse with this last one a bit. And it's gonna be close for 2nd place.
I think it's been hard for anybody that's had anything to do with Ferrari associated with their account.
Well, and that's part of the thing is Ferrari has been very inconsistent but very competitive.
Right.
So it's been hard to actually predict this season, which is weird because if you just look at it like, oh, Hamilton won again,
right?
And Mercedes won again.
That's the only reason I'm as high in the points as I am is because of how predictable things are.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how it always happens because there's several races where Hamilton ended up on the podium and he kind of didn't deserve to be, and it just happened. He's just always there. He's always going to make the best of whatever situation he has.
Yeah.
So anyway, you should watch Brazil. It's fun. It's good.
I'll watch a highlight. I'll watch a highlight vid.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. They could probably lock me into a solid maybe 12 minutes of viewing.
Okay.
Yeah. That's about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm anxious to hear if you actually do that.
Oh, I will. I will tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
For real.
Good.
For real. Fine.
Good.
Fine.
I think we did a car show.
I think we did.
I think you're getting sleepy.
How far into the show did you notice I went full on Crypt Keeper?
It's been once Formula One came up, I think.
Oh, no, it was before that. I felt it hit. Yeah.
I love it. Everybody, if you enjoyed this for whatever reason, apexadjacent.com has things.
Yeah.
We're on the Twitter. We're on the Facebook. We're on the Instagram. Dave's been on the Instagram.
Yeah, I've been hitting Instagram pretty hard. So I just wrapped up last night, I wrapped up our Fiat 500X week. So it's a week of posts. So then what I'm going to do with Instagram is I'm doing a week of posts dedicated to cars that we saw at Rocky Mountain Driving Experience or cars that we get as press cars, things like that. So we'll be doing a week of posts for that. And then we're going to take a week off and do our normal tomfoolery. Like today I posted a picture of a sweet Range Rover that I saw.
I saw that.
Yeah, that was outside that event that I was at.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Very technologically savvy event inside that building. Very awesome old school Range Rover outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It takes a certain kind of IT person to know when they say, like, I don't want anything to do with fucking technology at all in this section of my life.
Yep.
You know? Yeah.
I sympathize.
Right? Right. So, yeah. So then in a little bit, I think, what is it, December 1st, I'll pick up with Jeep Gladiator Week, some pictures of the Gladiator and some thoughts that we have around that. And then 2 weeks after that, Kia Telluride will be another one.
Oh, great.
That we'll do. So yeah, got some pictures queued up from the fun summer event that we were on. So been hitting Instagram. Get us on Twitter. Subscribe on YouTube and iTunes, of course. For anybody who is having the difficulties that I am, well, I mean, not like all the difficulties I do with acute gingerness and whatnot, but if the old artwork keeps showing up in your feed on your podcast app, try unsubscribing from our show. And then for the love of God, please resubscribe. But for me, Apple Podcasts, like, just throws the old artwork in every now and then, which causes me to panic and like check the XML file for like any
weird.
Yeah. So if you get the weird old artwork, maybe unsubscribe and resubscribe. Please resubscribe. Oh God.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. If you see something on the road and you find it disturbing and or exciting or titillating even,
and you want to you can hear Henry in his voicemail when he's trying to reckon with what he sees, right?
Yeah.
What number should they call, Ian?
720-515-1391.
Boom, nailed it, Ian.
I went in with confidence. I was not confident, but I got it. apexadjacent@gmail.com. All the other places. We love you, everyone. Goodbye.